After selling over $500 million on Amazon out of our 50,000 square foot warehouse, most sellers are not prepared for what's coming.
There's a big shift happening in the e-commerce landscape.
We sell over $50 million a year on the Amazon.com platform, and we process tens of thousands of orders right here out of this facility every single day. And what's happening in this shift in Amazon is scary. Let's break it down.
You're about to learn why the old ways of selling on Amazon are dying and what's going to work in 2025.
If you're still doing retail arbitrage, your days are numbered.
Here's what's actually happening. Brands have become more aware of the Amazon marketplace and their need to be on there, and because of that, they're tightening their restrictions and profits are shrinking because there's more competitors who actually know how to run a proper business.
I'm sure some of you have experienced maybe gating in brands or restricted brands through transparency, and this is going to be a common theme moving into 2025 and the years to come.
So purchasing a product in store without proper supply chain documentation is just not going to hack it anymore.
Amazon's getting more strict with their compliance documentation. So if you're seeing videos of people telling you to go to retail stores, especially low-end retail stores, and buy inventory to list on Amazon, if you're thinking of doing that, I'm going to be completely honest with you, you are not going to make money.
What Eric is saying basically is a lot of times you could go on social media or YouTube and see these gurus saying that you could flip products and make easy money, but that is not the case anymore. Nike's been gated, Lego's been gated, and a lot of name brand products are being gated if you don't have a direct relationship with that brand.
There's more sellers on Amazon today than there's ever been before, and thousands of new sellers sign up to sell on Amazon every single day. And most of these sellers start off in the arbitrage model. They're going to Walmarts, fighting each other to try to clear the shelves and load their cart off, run them off to their car, go home, list them on Amazon. This business model will not work for long-term growth.
Honestly, when I think about it, I'm picturing a bunch of sellers running into stores like a Black Friday sale, just trying to grab everything off the shelf and fighting each other for a couple pennies, which they might not even make and might just completely burn out. And the funniest part about it all is when Eric mentions the market is completely saturated, we're talking about the arbitrage side. On the other side where we sit, it's filled with opportunity right now because sellers are still using the old model. And the fact of the matter is, when the sheep in the herd are going one way, you should probably start going the other way, because that's where the opportunity lies.
So listen, arbitrage will always exist. People will always be flipping inventory, but you don't want to be on the side of the arbitrage hustle where you're making a few pennies or a few dollars. You want to be on our side, the opportunity side.
And the way you gotta look at this opportunity, if you're thinking about selling on Amazon, is risk versus reward. And the arbitrage model is just too risky with very slim rewards. However, there is an opportunity, and we're gonna show you right now what you should be doing to get in front of the herd and start making some real money.
Where we've made shifts in our business and where we see the future of Amazon is in brand direct partnerships. Partnering with brands and becoming their sole exclusive seller and eliminating all competition in the Amazon space. And the coolest part of the brand direct partnerships, you don't have to go reinvent the wheel. You're not sourcing products from overseas. You're partnering with well-known brands that sell well on Amazon already, enhancing their listings, becoming their exclusive partner, and crushing.
So to break it down, imagine if you wanted to start this side hustle right now or invest in a new opportunity, and you had to start reaching out to manufacturers, factories in China or overseas, or negotiating pricing with them, looking into logistics about having those products shipped over here, and then building out a whole marketing strategy to start bringing traffic and customers to that brand. I mean, just talking about it is exhausting. But with a brand partnership, only thing you have to do is convince the brand that you are the industry expert, and then it's game on.
A few of the benefits of brand partnerships is obviously you have an established brand that you're now working with because you've positioned yourself as the expert, and you have immediate sales rolling in once you lock in that partnership. The other side, which most people don't think about, is you're building equity in your Amazon business. Because if you have a few dozen brand partnerships like we have, if someone wanted to come in and buy your Amazon business, they are buying those established relationships with your company.
And think about it this way, whether whether it's 12 brand partnerships you have or maybe one real qualified quality brand partnership, it's still value. The way that Eric and I look at it is like purchasing a home, an investment home, because what happens is it builds in value, just like our business builds in value. So we're making money on the way up, and then we're making money when we decide to exit.
Another huge benefit of brand direct partnerships is the consistency of having access to profitable inventory, being able to project what you're going to sell month over month because you have the data that says, hey, X brand does $100,000 a month, and unless I f it up, I will be able to crush at minimum 100 grand a month in sales.
So you can see why this is the future. With brand partnerships, you're growing something that's long-term. It takes initially a little bit of effort at the beginning, but one brand could change everything for you. And if you come across any issues with any of the products you're selling from that brand, you have the backing and the communication with that brand to assist you with resolving any problems that come up.
So if you want to survive and make enough money to not only change your life, but also change your family's life, you can't be going into these retail stores and fighting over Legos and Nike socks and Celtic seesaw. That is not going to make you enough money in the long term to provide you the financial and time freedom that you're looking for. You have to stop thinking like a flipper. This isn't some garage sale hustle, and you have to start thinking like an entrepreneur.
When we talk to brands, we come prepared, and that's the same way you need to look at this. You need to be prepared with market research, with understanding the data and the analytics, and understanding the industry terminology, because the way that they look at things, the way that they speak is different than what you may be used to. But Eric and I have been there. We've also not understood it at the beginning, and we had to learn that information. And now we want to pass that on to you.
Some of these things we're communicating with these brands, how to optimize their listings, how to advertise on their listings, so we can continue to increase their growth, which in turn increases yours.
So we build out this value ladder, and as we're working with the brand, step by step, we're bringing them up the ladder until they hit their apex. That's the way you need to look at it, so you have longevity. So they want to work with you for years to come.
This is how we built direct relationships with over 30 plus brands. Imagine you had access to 30 brand direct relationships in your company right now. What would that do for your life?
I think they'd be making a ton of money.
Yeah. And an example of one of our brand partnerships, we got one product right now in Q4 that's bringing in 70 grand a month in profits. One product out of a few dozen from the brand. When you add up the few dozen, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in monthly profits. Life-changing. So this is the way you're going to survive and thrive in 2025. If you want to lock in some of your own brand direct partnerships, below this video in the description, we have a step-by-step process to locking in your first brand direct.
So click the link, and I promise you, you're going to start making so much money, you'll never think about flipping another product again.